I quite admit. No, you don't.
Shield down. Go.
Doing well. Nice. Yeah, I'm good.
I wonder what monstrosity Cerberus has been cooking up at the next base.
I think we're...
Do you watch Train at this play yesterday? No, I didn't actually watch the game and that, but I heard well, I mean, obviously, like I can't really say it. I'm just going by what I heard, but apparently, I think people are saying that he made a mistake for the Melbourne goal or something. But aside from that, he actually played pretty well. Played 85 minutes. I mean, obviously they did well. Central Coast and that they won 6-1 in that their first title in 10 years. So that was good. Played well. A bit naive at times, but you didn't expect any less from it. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, like he's learning game by game, and that, I mean, he's only recently just turned like 20, and that's so yeah. It's just like the more he plays, and that. But that's the thing, and that I mean, reports have been promising. Like overall, you know, he has had a good season. Like yeah, a little bit raw and a bit rusty here and there, but obviously it'll come from in time, and he'll get better. Honestly, like God's honest truth right now, and that like the ones that I'm getting more excited about than any, like, oh yeah, I saw he got yellow carded, yeah, but the player that I'm the most excited about is the one that's just been linked loads and that. I mean, I know obviously like Semedo, Trainatus and Bellingham will be practically done, just waiting, you know, for confirmation and everything, but I'm more excited about that Tom or Thom here, you know, from Heerenveen, the 28-year-old. I'm actually more excited for him because obviously he is a defensive midfielder and that, but he can play as a number 10 as well, and he is supposed to be very good. You know, like he's got like good dribbling abilities as well. So if we actually got him and beat off competition from Toulouse and France and that, I think that could be a really big statement signing, and experience as well, and upgrade on Corey Evans as well, because obviously Evans is going to be out all Christmas. So I really hope this like from here like what actually happens. I hope the club, like I hope the interest is real. I really do. That one's got us quite excited. And this guy can only score crackers as well. He doesn't score tap-ins or anything. He always scores crackers. So obviously he'll shoot from range. You don't have Twitter, but tomatoes, brother. Oh yeah. I'm not like on Twitter properly and that, but I do like check, you know, like for news and like stories and stuff. And yeah, I saw it and that his brother like basically confirmed that he is like coming and stuff. So yeah, the rumours are true. Yeah. I mean, that's to figure that we know Semedo's going to happen anywhere and that, because he was like I don't know if you watched the Man Mistake video before, but he actually did pretty much confirm it. Not the player and that, but he said a Portuguese striker was getting showed around the club like a week or two ago, and obviously that was him. So yeah, so obviously them three players and like they're pretty much done. They're pretty much agreed, and that you're just waiting for like the, you know, just pen to paper and obviously the scarf and the shirt and everything. Do you know what I think the club's actually going to do for a change? Because they're all young lads, I think they're going to unveil them, all three of them together. That's what I think. It's going to be a triple signing. Yeah, I heard it from your sources too, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised in that if they're all unveiled and that, like, together. I mean, Christ, I actually remember this. I don't know if you could, like, remember this, but the last time Sunderland, like, made, like, a triple sign and unveiled, like, three players together, it was Medaibo Diakite, Cabral, and Valentin Roberge. Do you remember that? That was the last time we actually unveiled three players at the same time. To be honest, at the time I was actually excited at that, because I thought Diakite was a good player in Italy. Obviously it didn't work out with Sunderland. Roberge was an unknown one, but I thought he looked promising, and Cabral, I knew Cabral was a good player. It's just a shame he didn't get much of a chance under Di Canio. And that he had a great debut, and then he was dropped. Shame all three were crap. Well, like I said, I think Cabral was good, and that, like you said, he was brilliant on his debut against Fulham, but then he had a poor game against MK Dons in the Cup, and then he never played again, which I felt sorry for. Obviously, Diakite played a little bit more, but didn't play that much. Valentin Roberge actually like played like more games and stuff, but he was like mainly backup and that. But yeah, but obviously overall they didn't work out and that, because they weren't here that long and they weren't really successes. But to be fair, they were all three transfers as well, so it wasn't really that bad, I suppose. But yeah, you like Cabral at first too? Yeah, I think Cabral was the best out of the three, but just didn't work out, unfortunately. If I had to guess, all 4 year contracts with options of another year. What I heard, right, I don't know if this is like actually true, but what I heard is I think Trianatis and Semedo are going to be 4 year deals, but I might be wrong, but I think Bellingham's going to be a 3 year deal with an option of a 4th year. I think that's what I might have heard. It might not be true in that, but I've heard Bellingham might be a 3 year deal, but like with the option of a 4th. But Semedo and Trianatis and that, they should be 4 year deals. Admiral Kahuku. I had 4 year contract with Bellingham. That's the one more sure about, but you can change it any time until these. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing of that, like, obviously, it's just rumours, it's just what I heard, it was going to be a 3-year deal with a year on and that, but obviously, I guess we'll just find out, like, once they're done and that, but like you says, they can change. I mean, do you remember when we signed Ballard? All the rumours and speculation was pointing that Ballard was going to sign a 4-year deal with us. Ballard, in the end, only signed a 3-year deal, with the option of, an extra, like year and that, but reports was saying that Ballard was going to sign a 4-year deal, but you only signed a 3-year deal, so like you says, they can change, like, at any time, or sometimes they're not always 100% accurate. Contracts can always be extended, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I suppose that is true.
Commander. We owe Kahoku that much.
Oh god. It's Admiral Kahoku.
Cerberus must track him down. Yes, sir.
You alright, Jeff? How you doing, mate? Feared out. I found you. You alright, mate? The only problem have with putting people on long contracts is that if they are awful with stuff. Yeah, that could be one thing. But I suppose deep down, when you think about it, that, like, pretty much all transfers, and that can be a little bit of gambles. So yeah, number one fan. Oh, sorry about that. I'm just hitting something off charge. Good to see you back with Bowers over there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was nice of Michael to ask us and that. I mean, I wasn't really 100% sure about doing it at first and that, but I thought, like, obviously, like, he went the trouble of asking, and I thought, why not? And also, it was another way, I mean, I know obviously some people, like, know I've got, like this channel still going, but I suppose it was a way of, like showing me face and that, and, like, that showing people that I'm still, like around, I'm still okay and stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, I enjoyed it, and like I said, yeah, like, me and Michael's agreed to do 1 or 2, like, videos a season, like, one before the season starts, and then, like, season review stuff, and that's all 1 or 2 videos a season, and that. I'm okay with that, just can't go back to, like, all the old stuff and that, because obviously that's kind of like where the problems kind of started. But with the model, anyone over the age of 24 gets a 2-year contract with the option of it. Yeah. I think that's a good point. I think that'll be the case if we sign that from here. And that from Hiravine, if we sign him, it'll be a 2-year deal with the option of an extra year. But, you know, because I'm being like 28, so, yeah. Which planet was it again? Was that one? No. No. Shooter's probably the only one that will get a longer one. Yeah. Probably because of like how like your key that he is to us. Like when he is fit. Because that's my only like little worry with Stuart at the minute, is the fact that he is like I just hope he hasn't become massively injury prone again. Yeah, I still haven't like really let that go either, and that I'm still quite proud of myself and that, like, doing that video before players I want us to side. I even mentioned Alex Pritchard. I mean, he's a playmaker. He's someone that we've been missing for a while. And then out of nowhere, and that's suddenly like signed Alex Pritchard. I was like, I called it. Nah, obviously Dave Dowd. It was just like luck and that, but I was really happy at the time that we got Pritchard. That was Min, yeah. I mean, obviously, like I wish like others would have come true as well, but unfortunately, it's never really the case, is it? I mean, that was lucky in that, because let's be real and stuff, and this isn't a bad thing or anything, but a lot of the players that we have signed over the past season and a half or 2 seasons, and that you can definitely see a lot of them, and that like we might not have heard much about them or heard anything about them or even heard of them before. Do you know what I mean? I was arguing this with someone the other day. It would make no sense to give a new contract until we know sure he's still the. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I would still. Shit, come on. Tipped over. I would still like to see, like Stuart, like sign a new contract and that. But it's just, if he did pick up another serious injury and that, then I would start to think, hang on, we're gonna have to bring another one in, because he just can't stay fit now. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully it doesn't come to that. But it's just, when we signed, I mean, I mentioned this before, but when we first signed Stuart, like, he did come like with a reputation of having a lot of injuries in Scotland. Thankfully, he managed to stay fit, like during our like promotion, like campaign. Do you know what I mean? But last season, he ended up picking up 2 injuries in the same season. So, are we finally starting to see the real Ross Stewart in terms of fitness? Were we just lucky that he went through a full season in our promotion campaign, his first full season at the club, and he never picked up an injury? So that is something that we do need to kind of like be careful about, be careful with as well. I want Stuart to sign a new contract, don't get me wrong, but I totally get why they don't want to give him the. Yeah, I suppose you can kind might be right there. Yeah, I suppose you can kind of see both sides to the whole Ross Stewart thing and that. Because yeah, I suppose that is actually a good point. You could give him all that like money, and then he could just end up like getting like a serious injury and miss half the season again. So yeah, it's a funny one. Totally gets Stuart holding out for the wages he wants. So yeah, exactly, and that it does like, and that you can see both sides, and it does kind of work both ways. Yeah, I agree with that. You can quit your old channel custom. Of course not. No. I mean, I spoke to like Michael like off air. I'm not going to go into like all the details and that, but one of the things that I did say to Michael like off air and stuff and that, like when we were doing the videos, is that yeah, there was like a few problems and stuff and a few things that like, and there was a couple of reasons why I had to like take that channel down and stop doing it and stuff and that. But one thing was that like there was a hell of a lot of like brilliant people that I did actually like you know like get to know like on that channel and that, like obviously like you Jeff Clayton for example, many others. About 95% of people that subscribe to that channel were absolutely fantastic. Like yeah, we didn't always agree on like opinions and stuff, but like majority of people were very respectful to like opinions and that. But it's just there was a small minority and that were, you know, like sometimes I felt like it was getting a bit out of hand and that, you know, with opinions and that. And it was just getting into us a little bit, and I had to get away from like all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like I've got better things to do. I don't need that stuff like in my life, and that, you know, like people not targeting you and that just because you've got a different opinion to like somebody else and they take it too far. Like, no. Some people were yeah, exactly. I mean, Christ, it's only opinions over a sport. Do you know what I mean? And some people on that just like honestly, like some people, but like I said, it was only a small 10 or 5% minority, and that most people very respectful, like great about like chat to and that. Well, there's some people, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong in that. Like, I do think. Another thing that I'll quickly say, right, is I will actually say sometimes like. I'm a very emotional person, right, when it comes to like football and Sunderland, right, and sometimes maybe I did go a little bit over the top sometimes and that, but so maybe I could have like handled certain situations a little bit better in that. So I'm not just like saying like it's purely down to like other people. I will say some of it was probably my fault as well, but yeah, like it's done now and that's at the end of the day, our opinions don't mean too much because we don't pick the team, we don't pick who we sign. Well, I did sign Pritchard, and that's no, that is true. Yeah. I just agreed over Johnson, etc. But you approved, right? But it should. Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like, I never wanted to be right or anything of that. Like, there was a lot of people and that. Like, it still winds us up a little bit. There was a lot of people that kept saying like you wanted Lee Johnson to fail. I didn't want Lee Johnson to fail of that. I wanted Lee Johnson to succeed. But my point of view, I was never convinced when we appointed him, and I almost expected it because it wasn't the right fit for me. I mean, what? Why would I want like a manager to fail, and that when my club's like status is on the line of trying to get out of a shit league like League One? Why would I want like a manager to fail? I wanted Lee Johnson to succeed so we could get out that division. You know what I mean? So, like I said, on parts and so. Oh, I didn't want to go. Oh, yeah. I mean, I was actually more of a Parky fan than Lee Johnson and stuff and that, but yeah, it's just like sometimes, like, unfortunately, sometimes, like in sport and things like that, sometimes, like, opinions could rub people up the wrong way and that, you know what I mean? Like I says, I could have handled certain situations a lot better myself and that, and I have to take responsibility for that. But at the same time, I just couldn't deal with all that anymore. They were both as bad as each other looking. Yeah, possibly. The thing what always winds me up about Lee Johnson, right, is, I don't know, I felt his attitude and that, like, I thought he was just a little bit too cocky. And that, you know what I mean? And that, like, I mean, I said this to Michael, like at the time. I can't remember if it was off air or that, or when we were doing the video. I can't actually remember. But I even said, like, what manager like smiles when you get beat 6-0 off Bolton? and he was smiling, he was laughing. Like, why? Yeah, it's not you, mate. You do it right, but it's us that lose out. Oh, yeah. No, that's the thing I want to say. Like, I really am like sorry and stuff and that. Like, I know, like, I saw the comments on Michael's like video and that. Like, a lot of people are saying like they miss the channel, like they miss me and stuff, and they want us to come back and stuff. And to people that actually did like love the channel and stuff, I really do apologise. Like I really do. I'm sorry about that. But like I said, I just had to pull myself out of there and that because I just thought it was starting to get out of hand. Like the whole like toxicity. I'm trying to say the word right, and that it was getting out of hand, and I just had to get away from all that, like from the Sunderland like side of things and that. So yeah, but I do apologise because I love doing the videos and that, like I did, and I loved like the whole interaction with you guys. It was fantastic, it really was, and that. But unfortunately, stuff like that kind of spoil things and that. You know what I mean? But obviously, don't worry, and that you'll see us like just before the season starts back on Michael's channel and that, doing a little preview for the upcoming campaign and that. So obviously, there's that to look forward to. So yeah, do you remember when Johnson fight a Lincoln? Oh yes, yeah, Conor McGrandles, wasn't it? Yeah, on my YouTube channel. Why do you think I don't post that often? It's because I can't be bothered with the crap you get. Yeah. I mean, that's a thing in that, like you shouldn't and that, but it's just unfortunately in that it happens. You know what I mean?
Transmission coming in, Commander. I think you're going to want to hear this one.
Greetings, Commander Shepard. I represent a party interested in obtaining information on Cerberus activities.
Who are you and who do you represent?
It's not like once you have blocked it over,
Suffice to say, I have an agent for the Shadow
counts to attack you with all they
You
get.
see, Admiral Cahokia
Yeah,
contacted
yeah,
my employer
that is true.
information on
That
the
is true.
location of any Cerberus facilities. We provided that information on the promise that he would turn over copies of all files gathered from the Cerberus systems to us.
Did you have anything to do with Admiral Kahoku ending up dead?
We had no reason to harm them. He was going to provide us with information about Cerberus. Information that is now in your possession.
You must have some connection to Cerberus. How else could you tell Kahoku where to find them?
Information is our business, Commander. Through our contacts, we were able to determine that the Cerberus group was active in the Voyager cluster. Unfortunately, that was all we were able to find out. That is why we are so interested in acquiring copies of the files from you.
These are classified.
Did I watch the
Alliance
Cup
files,
final?
not
I did,
tangible
yes.
to you.
Yeah,
Be reasonable.
that cracker off Gunda one after, what was it, 13 seconds or something? what a goal that was.
The Alliance is just going to file this
I think City like did deserve to like win it and that, but I thought Man United were a little bit better in the second half. I think overall, I think City just about deserved it.
Might as well be you.
So now City have got the opportunity to win the treble now, haven't they? If they win the Champions League against Inter Milan next Saturday.
What are you going to do with this information?
Well, because of your absence,
Information is a commodity.
yeah, down to 250 on my favourite
My employer
shit behind.
desires this information is not my concern.
Put like if United want to achieve anything, that better goalkeeper. I'm kind of like mixed on De Gea and that, because I do like De Gea and that. I still always feel like on his day, like David De Gea is still one of the best goalkeepers, like not just in the Prem, in the world. But unfortunately, he does have a lot of mistakes in him, and that make him look bad sometimes and that. But there is a great goalkeeper in there because he can pull off some fantastic saves and that. He has, over the years, he has won Man United a lot of games and that. But unfortunately, and that he does have a lot of mistakes in him. So I'm very mixed under here. I am.
My loyalty is to the Alliance, not the Shadow Broker.
That is unfortunate, Commander. My employer will remember this the next time you need something from us.
What's your thoughts on Pato? I'll be honest, I don't rate him. I mean, I've seen the rumours, I've seen the reports, and I watched Terry's video not too long ago that obviously Patterson wants to stay, and it looks like he's going to get a new contract. Honestly, I was not really bothered whether he stayed or whether he went, to be honest. And that, I mean, is he awful? No. Is he fantastic? No. I think on his day, I think he's a good goalkeeper, but most of the time, I think he's just average at best, to be honest, because I think he's a decent shot stopper. I think he is really good at with saves and everything, but his kicking's awful. Commanding of the box is pretty poor and that, and his communication is bad. He never talks. I hate it when a goalkeeper doesn't talk, and that for me, goalkeepers should be the true leaders of any football team, and that, because when you're commanding a penalty area and you're defending a set piece and that, you should be barking out orders and instructions to every outfield player in front of you, and Patterson never does that, and that really bugs us. Even if Patterson is going to stay, I would personally get another goalkeeper. Will we get another goalkeeper? Probably not. I think Patterson will still be our number one. But I honestly believed if Patterson had been sold, I think we could have gotten a better goalkeeper for less money. You know what I mean? So he's okay, Patterson, and I don't hate him, but he's not the best goalkeeper in the world. Let's put it that way. I know a lot of people do rate him, and I just think he's good. He's either good on his day or any other game. He's average, and that. So. Sorry guys, just the chat lately and that seems to do that, so I just need to catch up with comments and that to hear what he will make a fantastic save, but you wouldn't be surprised if you let one in. Yeah, I think Patterson only wants to stay because he thinks he knows that there's nothing better for him to do. Yeah. Great to catch up. See you later, boys. Hi Jeff, I'll catch you later, mate. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, I'll do the Asteroid DLC, why not? I mean, I do think it drags a little bit, but I'll still do it regardless. I know Patterson was open to the Leicester move before we got relegated, yeah. I mean, I know Wolves were interested as well in that, but maybe he feels like right now and that if he went to Wolves and that he wouldn't be a starter because obviously he would have Daniel Bentley and Jose Asata contend with, whereas at Leicester it would have been easier for him because there's only Daniel Everson and obviously Danny Ward. So I still think Daniel Everson's a better keeper than Patwo. Do you know what I mean? Daniel Everson's obviously probably valued at less than Patwo. And that because obviously Patwo's valued higher because he's a homegrown player and that, but I think Daniel Everson's a better keeper than Patwo. I can't remember which game it was in that, but there was one game of that that Daniel Everson, he was having the game of his life and that. Some of the saves that he pulled off are absolutely incredible. It might have been against Everton. I think it was the game against Everton that he was absolutely fantastic. I mean, I know he conceded that, but Christ, and that he was having the game of his life. Turnover. I don't know if you saw the rumours as well on that, but apparently there's some rumours that looks like they're going to tie Trey Hume down to a new contract. Why does it keep doing that? Now Samiro Brothers now saying it's fake news. Fake news? Unless he's like saying that blooming them like messages and stuff were like fake or something and that, because like Samiro was apparently like here and that, so surely it's still gonna happen and that, but maybe that just wasn't like his brother confirming it or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. On my fan page. Alright.
At its current rate of acceleration, the asteroid will collide with Terra Nova in approximately 4 hours. Analysis. Torches must be disabled to cease the acceleration.
Hello. I heard your transmission. You hear me? Haven't found me yet, but I can't talk long. Shut down the fusion torches. I'm going to die. God, I hope you're hearing this. Direction. I don't know who you are, but I'm damn it.
He just texted me. He said no. Oh.
Batarians. Eat this!
Target quiet.
I just said that, so 'cause I'm really excited about him coming. Unless it's a whole like situation that where he was here having a look around, but maybe he's changed his mind now or something. Maybe it's the whole reports that were coming out, you know, like saying like it's fake news. He texts back, yeah. So, maybe it's the whole idea of the fact that teams in Italy and stuff are looking at him and that. Like maybe he just doesn't. Maybe he feels like he'd be better off like there, like somewhere there. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. So apparently, so looks like that one's not happening now. Although, I mean, I know you're the opposite, like Clayton. I know you were like the most excited about him and that. But if one was fake and not likely to happen, I'm probably more glad it's this one, because out of the players that, like I said, I don't think he was going to play that much anyway, because of like his lack of first team experience, and that's so might be him saying to get people off his all that maybe. I mean, I hope we still sign him. Don't get us wrong, but for me, I just hope like Bellingham and Trianatis still go through, because they've got more potential to play games because they've got a little bit more first team experience, where Semedo hasn't. So, but we'll see. Like you said, and that it could be just like a way of like like you said, just getting people off his back and that until he's actually signed the deal. So who knows?
Who are you? What's going on?
My name's Kate Bowman. I'm an engineer. I was part of the team assigned to bring this asteroid to Terra Nova.
We were attacked yesterday by Batarian extremists. I've been hiding since they arrived. I think they know the torch went out.
Why are they doing this?
I don't know, but if this asteroid isn't slowed, millions of people on Terra Nova are going to die.
If I find out anything, I've
gotta go. Good luck.
I just said all the best for the future, yeah.
Hey. Oh God. I didn't mean to. Are you hurt?
Takes more than that one shot to bring me down.
Sorry. I didn't even realize you were human until... well... guess I'm not much of a soldier.
I know you're scared, but I'm here to help. Commander Shepard, with the Alliance.
Simon Atwell. I'm the chief engineer on this rock. Listen, we don't have much time. The Batarians fired up the fusion torches. You've got to shut them down before we hit Terra Nova. There are 4 million people down there, Shepard. My family, they live in Aronis. My kids and grandkids. Nice community, good schools.
So what's changed? He was telling people that he was coming earlier. I don't know.
I I don't have time.
Unless that could be like Samirdo's like agent or something that like telling them like not to boom in.
22 kilometers long, twice the size
Like
of the
maybe like yeah,
asteroid
could be his like brother's like agent that like telling them, and that like just to ease it down and stuff and that until it's actually confirmed and that, you know, like for like professionalism or something like that. I don't know.
Shock will flatten everything
Who knows?
for hundreds of kilometers. Terra Nova will die, Shepard. Not just our colony, the planet. There'll be a climate shift, mass extinctions. The ecosystem won't recover for thousands of years. Millions, maybe.
Is there any chance it'll land in the oceans?
That would be even worse. Tsunamis would sweep inland at hundreds of kilometers per hour. Millions of tons of water would be vaporized at the point of impact. Global cloud coverage. The plants could all die, and if they go, the whole ecosystem rolls over. I'd have to run the numbers, but
What
take
does
my word for it.
obrigado mean? Obrigado? I'm not sure.
This doesn't make any sense. Batarians run criminal games. Unethical, but profitable. They don't destroy worlds. What does this gain them?
I've heard all the stories. Slave rings ranching people like animals. Pirate bands burning colonies to the ground. But this is... The Citadel Conventions forbid asteroid drops.
I've just found out because I was curious. It means thank you. Yeah, it's thank you in Portuguese. Oh, his brother just said that. Yeah, he's saying thank you.
Most Batarians aren't genocidal madmen.
Yeah,
These ones are
obrigado.
terrorists.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. It's just... This isn't how I expected the world to be when I rolled out of bed this morning.
You were on the ground when this happened. How many Batarians have you seen? Where?
They landed at the main facility. It's locked down now. They've changed the passcodes. No idea what's going on inside. I did see groups head out to each of the torch stations. Couldn't say how many, though. Enough to give you a fight.
Any idea who's behind this? Who's leading them? That might provide a clue.
I heard a couple of them talking. They mentioned a Balak. It sounded like he's the one in charge. They didn't seem convinced this was a good idea, but they were scared of the guy. Scared enough to do what he wanted.
You could have been telling me to fuck off to... Well, I wouldn't have even... yeah. But I suppose there again, like, there is, like, Google Translate, and obviously you can Google all this stuff and that, so obviously you'd be very, like, stupid at that, like, to say something like that in another language and that, but yeah, he's basically just saying thank you.
Batarians everywhere, and I need to shut down all 3 torches. Anything else I should know?
One of the torches is surrounded by live blasting caps. We were set up to excavate when we arrived at Terra Nova. I rigged them with proximity detectors. That tank of yours will set them off, so you'll have to go in on foot. Even then, they'll explode if you get too close. Just go slow and easy. You should be fine.
You set them up. Can you disable them?
Not from here. No. There are manual controls by the entrance to the torch facility inside the blast zone. You can disarm the caps there. One last thing. I had a crew working off-site when the attack hit. I'm worried about them. These Batarians are ruthless. I saw them smash the faceplates of guys working vacuum. And
Somebody, I think Lewis has told him off for telling someone. Yeah.
Any idea where I can find them?
They were running checks on our perimeter equipment. Easiest thing would be to tap
Yeah,
into the
maybe that's what's
transmission
happening in
tower on
that.
the
Like maybe,
surface. The equipment
like
stations
maybe
will
he's
show
like
up
getting wrong in
sensors.
that, like for giving like too much away and stuff and that. Now he's like feels like he has to like change it, even though he's like probably it's probably too late now.
I'll look for them, but the torches have to be my priority.
Yeah, you're right. Saving Terra Nova is more important than my team.
I guess the only way we'll know it's fake, and that is if he doesn't sign this summer. If he doesn't sign this summer, then it was all fake. It was a load of bullshit. But if he does sign, then that was probably like he got a bit too carried away or something.
A woman named Kate Bowman contacted me. The Batarians haven't found her yet.
Katie's alive. She's one of my best engineers. She signed on with her brother, Aaron, I think his name is. He's part of the security detail. I hope they're okay.
Why were you moving this thing in the first place?
Well, the idea was to drag it into Terra Nova's orbit, mine it out, and in the end you'd have a basic structure for an orbital station. It's a lot cheaper than getting
I'm going on
everything
my
up in
personal
orbit
account
from the
now.
planet's
You have an
surface.
idea?
The minerals we extract almost cover the costs.
Give me a worst-case scenario. We can't stop the asteroid. Could the colony be evacuated?
Evac? Shepard, it took 30 years for the population to grow that large. I'm sure they're moving people to remote areas, but they'd never be able to get more than a few thousand off-world. We just don't have enough ships. No one does. Well, maybe the Quarians, but I don't see them suddenly showing up and offering us a ride.
What can you tell me about Kate?
Smart as a whip and bold as they come. I hope she keeps hidden. If they find her... Oh, Katie. Don't do anything stupid.
You'd better find a good place to hide. If the Batarians come back and find you...
Yeah. I think I'll make myself scarce. Good luck, Shepard.
When he says, no, he's not coming, I'll send him... I'll send him a scare... Send him a screenshot of him saying he is coming, asking was it him. Alright. I nearly missed the last one. You've blocked you? Or it could be just like the brother and that, maybe like taking the mick a little bit in that way, like obviously like it is really happening that, because obviously why see it like it is happening the first time and then change it, and that could be just like just being daft in that. I mean, is this like Louisa Maydell's brother or that? I assume he's probably younger, isn't he? Because if he's younger and that, well then that might explain it. I'm gonna have to sell some stuff and that like after this. Apparently it is, so I could be. So I could be texting him on the first one. It is, you know. can't find him on my personal account, yeah. Could he not have, like, hid his account or something now? And like, can you do that? I don't know, I'm not really an expert.
This is Dr. Hines. They found me, damn Batarians. I can hear them out there prowling around, trying to find a way in. It sounds like they're attaching something to the door. If I don't make it, tell my family I love them.
You put yes to me on your personal account, yeah? I guess we'll just have to see if he comes. There you go. That's all we can do. But there again, though, at the same time, in that, like, in all honesty, deep down, I think it's got to be real, because if it wasn't real, I don't think, like, local journalists and that, like, would have started, like mentioning, like, the whole rumours and stuff and that, because that's the thing, that's how it started, it was, like, rumours, right? If the rumours weren't accurate, I don't think, like, local journalists and that, like, for the Chronicle and the Sunderland Echo and the Northern Echo would have started reporting it, do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna assume that it probably is true. But sometimes if rumours are a load of bollocks and that, you only hear it from like one like source and stuff and that, and then you don't hear it anywhere else. But then it started to get mentioned on loads of things. You know what I mean? This could get interesting. I just asked him. Was it him telling people he was coming earlier? Oh, upstairs. And he says yes, that he tells me it's true, but he's been told to shut up about it. So I think that definitely like confirms that it is happening, and that it's just that he probably shouldn't have like mentioned anything until it was practically, you know, like until he actually signed. He was getting a bit too ahead of himself, and he's probably getting it like wrong, and that like off like Samirdo and probably the agent as well. No fake news, he said, yeah.
Are you there? You've got to hurry. You really pissed them off. Their leaders setting charges everywhere. I think he's going to blow this whole facility.
Get away from there!
Don't shoot, please! No!
Who's shutting down the torches? I won't ask you again. Find this problem and deal with it. Get her out of here!
Shit. There you go. My girlfriend is just saying, why are you texting footballers? Brothers. So now he's blocked you. As I asked him, so it definitely wasn't him. He said, "What?" I said, "Sim, what means yes?" Then Yeah, he probably feels like I best go on. I best just like get out of here before I get into more trouble and that. That's what he's probably thinking. I think I may have caught him out. Because if something really wasn't, you wonder. Why? Yeah. I suppose that is something as well. What he thought him for Stigler going to Tottenham. Is that actually confirmed? No. Because I know they were set to have like talks and that, but last time I saw him that he was, because obviously Celtic won the treble yesterday and that they won the cup final against Inverness, didn't they? So it's actually going to happen. Oh yeah, Spurs close on Posteglu as new boss. It's probably a gamble. But there again, though, on that he was considered a gamble. Didn't realise how old he was. How old is he? Oh, he's 50s or something. He's 57. Christ. Yeah, he doesn't look like someone that's nearly 60, does he? He looks younger than that. So yeah, he was considered a gamble when Celtic appointed him and that, but to be fair, he has won a lot of trophies. But I know it is only in Scotland and that, and that's why it's a massive gamble and that, but there again, maybe a manager of this calibre, like someone that's not a big named manager, might be what Spurs actually need. And that's all. He might be a good. I mean, I hope he does well in that. Like, I think he's a canny manager and he's a canny bloke in that. So for his sake, I hope it works out because Spurs seems to be a cursed job at the minute, doesn't it? But yeah, we wish him all the best. what Kane does. I think a lot of reports are saying on that, like, if it's not Man United, then Kane won't leave. And I think I can kind of agree with that, to be honest, in that, like, if Kane was to... Well, actually, there's two teams I've got Sable and Kane playing for, other than Spurs. Man United and possibly Real Madrid. If it's not those two teams and that, he'll probably just stay at Tottenham. And to be honest, in a way, and that, you know, deep down, maybe... I mean... I know Kane deserves to win a trophy, like he does and that, because his goal-scoring record and that has been fantastic. And that, I mean, Christ... I didn't actually realise how many goals he scored last season, because he tends to play a little bit more deep, and now, you know, because he almost plays like a number 10 now, but he's still scoring a lot of goals, so he deserves to win a trophy. But at the same time, maybe he is destined to be like just a one-club player, you know, just play his whole career at Tottenham. I think deep down Kane probably doesn't want to leave, so he might not. Maybe he doesn't. Yeah, maybe. No, he might love the... I mean, I know, like, secretly and that, I know he is an Arsenal fan, really, because he started his career at Arsenal, but Arsenal got rid of him because they didn't think he was going to be good enough. While they were wrong there. But yeah, like, secretly, he is an Arsenal fan, but maybe because he's been at Tottenham for so long and that, maybe he has actually developed, like, a proper love and care for the club. So, yeah. And obviously because family is settled there. He's a Tottenham fan. Well, he might be, but he might be now and that. But just like when he was younger and that, growing up, he was an Arsenal fan, and that when he was a kid.
Doesn't have to end in bloodshed.
But yeah, like I said, it might have changed as he got older and stuff, because how long he's been at Tottenham for. So yeah.
I didn't think you Batarians knew the meaning of the word.
Look, I'm just doing my job here. Hijacking this rock wasn't my idea. I signed on to make a little profit, a quick slave grab, nothing more.
This isn't just a slave grab anymore. Millions of people are gonna die.
Don't you think I know that? I'm just following orders here. If it were up to me, we'd have already left.
Well, it's not too late. You can still leave.
I don't think so. Bollock would skin me alive and sell my hide out of spite. Crazy bastard. This whole mission's gone to hell and I'm gonna pay for it.
So why do you listen to him?
Good question. I had a bad feeling about this from the moment we landed. Now Bollock wants you dead. And what Bollock wants, Bollock gets. I can't change that.
Do you always want to be second in command? Get me out of here and I'll take care of Bollock. Then you can start giving the orders.
Huh. An interesting proposal. It certainly has benefits over the current situation. Shut it down. This is Bollock's problem now. I hope you're as quick with a gun as you are with your promises. For both our sakes.
Bollock will get what's coming, and so will you if I ever catch you in human territory again. Are we clear?
Perfectly. Bollock's holed up in the main facility. You'll need this to get in. Don't underestimate him. He's a mean bastard. Let's go. We're getting off this rock.
He's only 48 goals away from the record. He's not going to leave the Premier League now when he is. Yeah, I suppose that is true. So basically it's either going to be stay at Tottenham or maybe go to Man United. But yeah, personally, that maybe it might be best if he just stays at Spurs and that. I mean, like we've been saying, like you never know. Maybe under Postecoglou things might change at Tottenham. You never know. Although in a way, like I find it hilarious, right? You know, like where Spurs fans always complain about, it's been ages since we've like won a trophy. We should be challenging for like trophies because they haven't won a trophy that since 2008. Christ, I know we won the Papa John's Trophy before and that, but Jesus Christ, how about 1973? Is that the last time that you won a major bloody trophy of that? Then you'll know how it feels. Do you know what I mean? Although it's not as bad as the Mags, though, when you think about it and that. I mean, obviously they've gone longer without a major trophy, so jokes on them. So what's going to happen next summer? He's out of contract and wants to leave, but no Premier League club will want him because United will have number 9. Alright, Nathan. How you doing?
All targets down.
You have the PS5. No, still on PS4. But I'm probably just holding out for maybe a PS5 and that, like when my PS4, like, you know, like finally goes on the blink and that, then I'll probably go PS5. But for the time being and that, I'm okay. Speaking of the Mags in my Sun and Cream mode, they are 19th in the Premier League. Lovely. Perfect. Exactly where they should be as well.
I'm on my way.
Is Chris Coleman the worst Sunderland manager? Why, for me, and that he's definitely up there. He is definitely up there, 100%. Well, I'm third in the Premier League. Lovely. Nice. We know he had zero money in the January. Yeah, that is true, and that didn't really have any funds and that. But I think what annoyed me is like why he never played Kazenga Lawalawa. Every time Lawalawa came off the bench and that, he looked decent, he was skillful, he was something we were lacking, and that. But Coleman would never start him. And that, I don't think Lawalawa even made a start. And that, he just had a few appearances off the bench. And Coleman's tactics were too defensive, and that. I mean, yes, ultimately the reason we went down for is because Ellis Short just give up on the club, and that no investment whatsoever, and that in the summer of that championship season and in January as well. And that, but at the same time, Chris Coleman's tactics and that and team selections were very poor and baffling as well. So there were both factors. I still have Hume, Serkin, Stewart, and Gooch in the squad. All right, nice. And they have Patterson, Neil, Clark, and Ahmad in your starting 11. Good. His secret look channel. The problem like with Ovie Ajaria is he didn't play him in his natural position. And that he tried to play Ajaria in defensive midfield where Ovie Ajaria was the attacking midfielder. Ovie Ajaria's best running game for us was the last game of the season against Wolves. He scored in that game because he was playing as a number 10. Coleman played him as a defensive midfielder and he clearly didn't suit him. Stupid. Ashley Fletcher. I didn't actually mind Ashley Fletcher, to be honest, in that. I mean, his goal record wasn't great in that, but I thought he worked his socks off, to be fair to him. Damn, how did he get out of there quickly? Oh, that was close. Yeah, you definitely don't want to die in this bloody game. It's not the bloody safe. Jesus Christ. Hakimi, White, Tanganga, Sessegnon, back four. Nice. Yeah, that is a pretty good back four. Have you played Jedi? I haven't, no. Well, that's the thing, I can't actually play because it's only on PS5. Well, I think it's on Xbox like One as well, or Series X, but I can't play it unfortunately. And that it looks good. I enjoyed the first Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Really enjoyed that game. Fantastic game. Probably, if not the best, probably one of the best Star Wars games I've ever played. Neil and fake player, can't remember his name. Is 87 rated, wow. I'm at 92, another fake player 94 and Clark 91. Where did he come from?
Negative contact, Shepard.
And no fair play up front, he's 87 in his class. Okay, Liara.
You're almost more trouble than you're worth.
Let the hostages go, and maybe you'll live long enough to explain yourself to the Council.
I don't answer to the Council. Or to you. I'm leaving this asteroid. If you try to stop me, I'll detonate these charges, and your helper and her friends are all going to die.
Can't just let you go, Balak. Not after what happened here.
This is nothing. You humans have done far worse to the Batarians.
Put this way, my team at this point in the Civ can beat anyone. Absolutely.
It's been like that for decades.
Why take it out on these people? They didn't do anything to you or the Batarians.
Didn't do anything. Aside from colonizing a world that could have been ours. Aside from using resources that should have been ours. We were left to defend ourselves. But the humans were stronger than us. We knew that. The Council knew that. But it didn't matter. It was you. You and your kind are the only reason we're in this position.
How does killing innocent people make up for that?
We had no other options. Sometimes you need to get someone's attention before they'll listen. That's why we attacked you at Elysium. That's why I'm doing this. You forced our hand.
You attacked us first. When we retaliated, you ran off to the Council hoping for help. When you didn't get it, you hid. You've got no one to blame but yourselves.
Enough! You couldn't possibly understand. Actually, you just don't want to understand. And I'm done wasting my breath. Now, if you want your friends to live, I suggest you step aside.
Does it not say something in my first season back in the Premier League? I finished second and won the FA Cup. How realistic is that? I mean, that would be like amazing if that like did happen in reality, wouldn't it?
You can go. But this isn't over. I'll find you eventually.
Maybe. But I made sure you won't follow me today. Those charges are still on timer. Better hurry if you want to save your friends.
All clear, Commander.
So on the playoffs first season of my career mode, I remember on the final day I was playing Bristol City away in winner takes all, yeah. But I suppose in the end it was worth it because obviously, as I said, in your first season back in the Premier you finished runners up and you won the FA Cup of that, so in the end it was probably a blessing in disguise. All jumps and shots been deactivated. Probably.
Is that all right?
To help me because I probably would have only finished mid-table at best. Ah, yeah, possibly.
Letting them go was better than the alternative. I thought you were going to stay someplace safe.
There might have been something I could have done to help. I thought I should be here. I know this asteroid better than anyone. You did it. Another hour and our course would have been irreversible. I ran the numbers, Shepard. X-57 would have struck near the capital city, the most densely populated region. But that's not going to happen, thanks to you. Is Katie in here? Is she all right? Is her team?
Balak was holding him hostage. I let him go to save him.
Let a terrorist go or sacrifice innocent lives. I'm glad that's not a choice I had to make. Is that... Will you get in trouble for that? I mean, he could do the same thing somewhere else, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could. Balak seemed like a practical man. Practical but callous. I'm sure if he'd been in my place, Ms. Bowman would be dead now, along with all the terrorists. But I'm not going to sacrifice people who happen to be between me and the target.
So what happens now? Bad guys get away?
Balak gets away today, but we'll still be after him tomorrow. And the day after that. Me, my crew, and every other crew in the
Season 4, so 9
he'll run
games.
and he'll hide.
In the
Eventually
first,
he'll
4
slip
points
up
off
and
top
get
and
him. Bad
1
guys
3 from
never
3 in the
get away
Champions
easy.
League. Nice.
Not unless the good guys give up.
Well, I wouldn't want you after me. Shepard, thank you for my grandchildren's lives. I don't think I'll stick around, though. Not with the team gone. Too many ghosts. It's time for me to get back and spend some time with my family. Before I go, I'd like to offer you something. Maybe you'll have more use for it than I will. As lead engineer, I get some quality items. Take your pick. You've earned it.
I know it's a lot to ask, but that Omni tool of yours? I could really use something like that.
Shepard, I think I mentioned that you saved my kids and grandkids. What's an Omni tool compared to that? Take it, with my blessing. I hope you get good use out of it.
One more thing. You asked me to look into your missing engineers?
Have you found them?
Not yet. Can you think of anything that would help me find them?
See if you can tap into our transmission tower out on the surface. Their equipment sheds will show up on your sensors.
Take care of yourself.
Be well, Shepard. We owe you.
But once we've made the Champions League final in the with my season, the competition, we'll do. I think it's too much. Yeah.
Sacrifice the few for the many.
Then I'd be no better than the Batarians. Besides, Balak won't get away with this. I know who he is now. He can't run forever.
You sound like my brother. He was always so stubborn, but always willing to do the right thing, no matter what.
Your brother was the one Balak killed?
Yes. Aaron. He was the one who convinced me to join the team here. Said it would be an adventure. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but I should see to Aaron.
I understand. You've been through enough today. I'll get out of your way.
Thank you. Oh, I don't even know your name.
Commander Shepard, with Special Tactics and Reconnaissance.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. You're not exactly what I expected, but thank you.
How did the asteroid get all the way over here? Why wasn't someone alerted sooner?
The asteroid was scheduled to arrive in a day or two. Balak just sped it up. This rock is full of valuable minerals, but it was too far from Terra Nova to be profitable, so we attached some fusion rockets to it and drove it back. It was all going smoothly until... We'll get everything back to normal soon enough. Almost everything.
What can you tell me about the Batarians? What were they hoping to achieve with all this?
I don't even think they knew. When they first arrived, they were talking about getting us back to their ship. Wanted to sell us as slaves. When Balak showed up, everything changed. It was his idea to redirect the asteroid. Said it was the will of the Batarian rebellion.
Board only wants me to qualify for the European League and the Premier League. Shoot, after finishing second, they want me to win the league. Yeah, but sometimes because of like the club that you are, and that sometimes expectations is sometimes lower than what you actually think. Sometimes.
That was a brave thing you did, Kate. Contacting me on the radio, risking your life.
Stubborn and determined runs in the family. My father was in the Alliance back on Earth. I think he was disappointed none of us kids signed up. He'd be proud of Aaron. Sorry. I just...
You've been through a lot. I'll get out of your way. So long, Kate.
I appreciate that, Commander. Goodbye. Thank you again, Commander.
Guess it'll help me keep my job, I guess, keeping the... Well, yeah, exactly, yeah, that is true. Yep, that's always the key, keeping the bloody board happy.
Say, Shepard, you didn't happen to find any of my engineers, did you?
Yes, all of them. Their bodies, anyway.
Oh, I see. Well then, I guess it's better than not knowing.
Take care of yourself.
Be well, Shepard. We owe you. You can't imagine how much you've done for all of us.
I also signed Conor Gallagher. What a super sub he is. Conor Gallagher. I like Conor Gallagher. He's a good player. Yep, I'm gonna have to sell a lot of them like junk. I can't even, I'm just putting all this sweet Omni gel. Game he comes off the bench, he seems to score. Probably should start him head of Neil, but as Neil is current player, I just play. Yeah, might be one of those things, and that if you did like start them, maybe you might not perform the same. So some players would just suit with like a super sub.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Major Gooch is super unhappy. Every Cubby says, "Can I play? Please." What are you? 67 rated now. I'm playing versus Man City. Yeah. Also saying John, you brought Henderson back, yeah. I mean, that'll probably happy. That'll probably happen sometime, like in the future anyway, like in real life. Like maybe in a year or two when that's I can see him come back and finishing his career. Makes sense. He's decrease or come decrease. Well, like you mean he's what rating going down? Like because of his age. From where both Gooch and Henderson's contract both expired and I want to keep them, but they also take a squad slot up, so yeah. Oh, yeah, mate. According to report somewhere, Ahmad prefers to move back to Sunderland over everything. You must have just like said the report that I've just been saying because I've just like read it and that, like saying that he doesn't want to return to Man U and that he says he prefer to like continue his like development at Sunderland, even though like Everton and West Ham are starting to show interest. But you know, honestly, right, not just because we want him back. I mean, obviously we'd love him back, right? But honestly, if it did happen, fair play to Ahmad for actually picking Sunderland over moves to the Women Premier League. Yeah, that one, yes, yeah. Yeah, like what a fantastic human being he would be in that if he actually did turn down the opportunity of playing on loan for a Premier League team, like this upcoming season, and that like if he actually chose to come back here again to help us get promoted, that would be fantastic. That what a guy he would be. I know it's still very slim, but if the player really, really wants to, like come back, which it seems like he does want to come back here, then it's 50-50, and that's what I think. It's 50-50, and that like it's very unlikely, but you can't rule it out if the player wants to come back. So. I honestly starting to think he's going to try to do it. I hope so. Actually, can he not like just cancel his contract and join us on a free transfer? That'd be great. Nah, no, honestly, that another loan deal would be perfect. I'll tell you one thing, right? Imagine if it did happen. This would be a massive statement, right? Bring him back on loan with the option to make his loan move permanent if we get promoted next season. Imagine that. That'd be great, that. Now we're just getting too excited now.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Exo Presley has the deck. He only has 2 years on his United contract, so just don't sign another one. Simple, yeah. That's the idea. Doesn't it almost like feel like this is like another Jan and Villa situation, like with Diallo, like someone who's come here on loan and that, and during their loan spell they've been like absolutely fantastic and they've really enjoyed it, like they've loved playing for the club, actually realising how big the club is and that, but actually adore the fans and that because the fans appreciate them. I just hope it doesn't end in tears like the whole Jan and Villa saga and that, when he wanted to come back and he even flew here but didn't get the phone call. I hope it doesn't end that way, because I mean I'm still devastated by that even to this day. I know it was obviously years ago and that, but I'm still heartbroken that Jan and Villa didn't come back. Actually, Jan and Villa is actually available right now. Says he wants to leave Olympiacos. 32-year-old. Give Jan and Villa what he wants and that, and he will definitely come back. I guarantee you.
Who's Thane? He's our leader. He needs your help to prepare for the geth. They're making another push. Please, up the stairs past the freighter.
And with Ahmad, he probably can play in the Premier League, but it seems like he wants to stay to. That tells you everything about that. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, like the fact that his loan spell came to an end and that, like, a lot of like players at that age are that when they join a team on loan, sometimes they might not like appreciate it that much, you know, where they'll go out on loan and they'll be like, the loan deal's done, like, obviously it was good for me development and that, but obviously I'm going to move on to like, you know, bigger and better things now. But Ahmad's actually a rare one where he came here, yes, it was good for his development, but he misses the place already and he wants to come back. So I'll tell you one thing, if Ahmad did come back, we get promoted. Simple as that. If he comes back and that, we will definitely get promoted. But yeah, like unfortunately, like Man United do have the finals here.
Head to the tunnels. Make sure they're secure. But what if I find Geth? Are you saying he won't come?
The Geth will surely
I think
kill
we're
us all.
definitely we're definitely going. Yeah, absolutely.
I fear the Geth will kill us all.
The Geth can't be allowed into the heart of the colony. This work must be completed.
Anyway, got to go. See you later. Alright, Clint, mate. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, mate, and I'll catch you next time. You take care.
Oh, Commander. I'm glad they finally sent somebody to help us.
You're a bit late, aren't you?
Arcelia. Sorry, Commander. Everyone's on edge.
Watch out! We've got Geth in the tower!
Protect the heart of the colony!
Protect the heart of the colony. The spice one usually. It's alright.
That should keep Thane and the others safe. After an update, we can head out for the main Geth encampment.
The tower's secure. Thanks to you, Commander.
I'm just glad your colony is safe.
I appreciate your concern and your efforts against the Geth.
They may have been slowed, but they'll be back. They always come back.
Help me find what the Geth are after, and you'll all get out of here alive.
We don't know what they're after. They came, they attacked us, that's all we know. Their main base is at the ExoGeni headquarters. A good place to start looking if you want answers.
What's ExoGeni?
It's the company most of us worked for before the attacks. They fund this colony. The Skyway leads directly to ExoGeni headquarters. You can't miss it.
Of course, there's an army of Geth between here and there.
I didn't expect this would be easy.
Then maybe I can get this colony operational again.
Tell me about your colony.
Life is hard and often brutal, even without our current problems. Colonial affairs back on Earth told us we'd be beneath the notice of any raiders. I guess they weren't counting on the Geth. But, despite everything, there's something tranquil about this place, unlike anything I've experienced before.
How big was the original Pharaoh's colony?
We were nearly 1,000 at the main site, 200 more at my outpost. When the first wave obliterated our defenses, we fell back to Zoo's Hope.
The Normandy isn't huge, but we could airlift you out.
The Geth fighters are too dangerous, and I won't be driven off this world. It is our home. There's a chance for growth here that's simply not available on other worlds.
What can you tell me about the defenses the Geth have set up?
I don't have any details, but I'll wager it's a lot more fortified than the command post.
They landed at least one Geth ship at Exogeny, and I've seen large walking tanks on the Skyway. Expect a hard fight.
What else can you tell me about Exogeny?
Exogeny funded this colony. Without them, we wouldn't be stuck here.
They specialize in colonization. In return for bankrolling the colony, we work for them. Their main goal is the retrieval of valuable artifacts or resources.
Except there isn't anything here. Or if there is, we didn't find it.
I wonder if that's what the Geth are looking for.
Perhaps. As she said, we never found anything of value.
Of course, the Geth could know something we don't.
What do you need done to get this place back on its feet?
We need those Geth destroyed.
Arcelia's right. There are still Geth in the tunnels. We also have more mundane problems like food, water, and power. I'm not sure where we stand on those matters. You should talk to the people overseeing them.
Is there anything I can do to solve your water shortage?
Maka Doyle has been assigned to that particular issue. If you have any insight to offer, please speak with her.
What's wrong with the colony's power supply?
May O'Connell is working on our power problems. She'd know more about it than I do.
You mentioned something about a food shortage.
Davin Reynolds is tasked with securing food for the immediate future. If you can assist, please speak with him.
Do you have information about Geth in the lower tunnels?
Nothing new. They're in the tunnel somewhere, likely guarding a transmitter to coordinate attacks. It's not a critical threat right now, but getting rid of that transmitter will help us defend against further attacks.
Let's talk about Zoo's Hope and Pharos in general.
Of course, Commander.
I'll talk to you when I learn more.
Good luck, Commander.
I'm grateful for what you've done, but your heroics don't impress me, Commander.
What can you tell me about Exogeny?
Very little. I work there as a security officer. I know they were looking for artifacts and anything of value. That's what they do. They fund the colony. In return, we help them uncover buried treasure. It's definitely not as exciting as they make it sound.
Tell me about Zoo's Hope.
I can't tell you much about it. You should speak to Dan if you want to know more.
What can you tell me about the Geth? Do you have any idea what they might be after?
I can't tell you anything about that. I suggest you go to Exogeny if you want answers to those questions.
Tell me more about yourself, Arcelia.
I'm a rent-a-cop. I was hired to keep kids from writing graffiti on the walls at Exogeny. Then all this happened. I wasn't trained for this. I didn't ask for it. I just wanted to end.
I get the feeling you don't like me.
How would you feel if you were hung out to dry by every government organization that ever promised to keep you safe? They should have sent a small fleet. Instead, we get one ship. And you're only interested in the Geth.
Goodbye.
Commander.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a drink.
have to forgive my wife. Calantha's not in her right mind. She just needs to relax and accept what's happened.
What happened to your wife?
The constant attacks have strained us all. She'll adapt. We all have.
Is there anything I can do for her?
No, she just needs time. Time to absorb everything. We'll be fine.
What do you do for the colony?
I'm a medic. Or I am since the doctor died. I've tried my best since she was killed.
Do you have any idea what the Geth were looking for?
I can't think of any reason for an attack like this. We just wanted to build a home.
Do you know anything about this planet?
Just what I was told by Colonial Affairs. It's a little different from what they claimed. It's not all bad, though. When the Geth are gone, we'll have a chance to create something even more spectacular than before.
Tell me about the colony.
I can't tell you much about that. You'd best ask Thane if you really must know.
Why can't you tell me? I just want to know about the colony.
Thane is our leader. Who better to answer questions about the colony?
I have to go.
Hello, Off-Worlder. I'm glad that we aren't totally forgotten by the rest of the galaxy.
Dear, please try to rest. You're not ready to speak.
But they should know. I mean, they are very important. Yes. That's better.
Is there anything I can do for you?
I'm fine. I just need to try to think clearly. It's just a lingering pain from the last attack. I'll be fine.
I can't see anything significant, but something is clearly causing her pain.
Please, just let her rest. She just needs rest.
It hurts so much when I think about what we've lost. So many have died. We should... Oh... We should flee. No. We can't do that.
You're the one who repelled that last wave. They'll be back. And if the Geth don't kill us, we'll die of hunger soon enough.
Are you doing anything to remedy the situation?
I need to boost rations with Varen meat, but it's too dangerous. The Alpha Varen, he's huge and he's mad. Rabid maybe. Totally uncontrollable. I can't do anything until he's dead.
I have a ship. I could bring in supplies from off-world.
I'd rather you concentrated on the Geth. Food won't help us if they breach our defenses.
Tell me about hunting Varen.
Hunting them is impossible while fending off the Geth. On the positive side, they'll attack anything, even those damn synthetics. The big Alpha Varen is the real problem. He's mad, erratic, completely unpredictable.
Tell me about Zoo's Hope.
The colony is growing, or it was. But you should speak with Thane. He is our leader.
Why should I speak to Thane? Why can't you tell me?
I don't want to talk about that right now. Speak with Thane.
Tell me about yourself.
What's to tell? I came here with my wife Greta, looking for adventure, a new life together. This isn't exactly what we signed up for. Of course, it would be much better without the Geth. We were really starting to enjoy the colony before they came.
I have to go.
So long.
Commander, I was told to make my supplies available to you if you wish.
What's your name, Solarian?
My full name is Gorat-tu Heranon Maldinest God Inost Ledra. Humans usually employ surname and given name only. Inost and Ledra in my case.
Why's your name so long?
We are named for our origins. Gorat-tu is my homeworld, Heranon my clan's country, Maldinest and Got are the city and district where I live.
What's a Solarian doing on a human colony?
This Solarian goes where the credits are. Or I did. A well-stocked freighter can be a profitable investment on a new colony. But once I was here, I decided to stay on. The colony life grows on you after a while.
How do you keep things in stock in conditions like this?
My list of consumers has shrunk significantly since the attacks, and few of those have time for shopping.
What can you tell me about Zoo's Hope?
A fascinating place by all accounts, though the Geth have made it treacherous. You might like it here too, if you gave it a chance, Commander. I never thought I'd stay in one place for long, but here? I will stay here.
This place is barely holding together. Why stay here?
I can't give you an answer to that, Commander. At least not one that you would comprehend. Why not try asking Dan? Maybe he can tell you what I can.
Goodbye.
Yes, good luck.
You're the commander of the ship that just landed.
Are you the captain of this freighter?
Not originally. The captain died in one of the Geth raids. I'm the last crew member. We shouldn't even be here. The Solarian merchant promised us a fortune. I wish... I suppose it could be worse.
What's wrong with the ship? Isn't she space-worthy?
There's too much damage. Maybe if the Geth stopped attacking, I could fix her. Then again, if there were no Geth, I might just stay on a while.
What do you do here?
I'm just watching over the ship, making sure she doesn't get any worse. Nothing else, she's good for hiding in when those Geth come over the walls.
It looks like you're monitoring something.
No, well, just ship diagnostics. It's nothing. I should get back to it, but Dan wants a report on... I should go.
Maybe I can help you. What are you trying to diagnose?
No, thanks, really. No, please, I need to get back to work. I can't be distracted. Please go. This work must be completed. This work must be completed.
Nice work with those Geth. Glad you showed up. I still need the power cells for this generator, though.
Would it help if I brought in some power cells from the Normandy? We can certainly spare a few.
The top-of-the-line ship doesn't use the same parts as the old generator we've got. The cells just aren't compatible.
If I find anything while I'm looking around, I'll send it your way.
Thank you, Commander. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry, but I can't stop to talk. I have to deal with the water shortage.
Is there anything I can do?
The utilities building was one of the first to fall under Geth control. Find the mains and turn them back on. Until then, this colony is dry.
I have a ship fueled and ready to go. I could bring water in.
Unless you plan to make a trip every few days, that wouldn't really solve our problem. We need to be self-sufficient.
Tell me about yourself.
I'd rather not. This is not the time or the place. Please, help us or don't. Otherwise, leave me to my work.
What do you know about this planet?
I am not the one to ask about that. Ask Dan or one of the others.
Tell me about the colony.
We are a small group, part of a larger colony, before the Geth attacked. You should speak to Dan. It's his responsibility. He knows the colony best.
I have to go.
I wish you luck.
I'll hold this position in case those things try to attack again. I'm not the best shot, but I'll do what I can.
Hello again, Commander.
I have to go.
So long.
Commander, is there something I can help you with?
I have to go.
Please do what you can to stop the attacks.
likely others we need to activate as well.
Doesn't look like it's on yet. We should keep looking.
You don't want to go down there.
What are you doing down here?
Nothing I should be. Anything I shouldn't. That was a good one. Very intense.
What's the matter with you?
Just invoking the Master's whip. Helps remind me I'm still alive. You're here for the Geth, aren't you? You're not the only one interested in those things.
Who else is looking for the Geth?
Not looking for. Looking to get rid of. They're a thorn in the side of the... I'm trying to get to the... Dying!
He's lost it. We should just leave him be.
Is there anything I can do to help you? Do you even want help?
Help me? No. No one can help me now. I'd rather die fighting!
Fighting what?
Not that kind of fight. It's like running through a thorn bush. The more you struggle,
Time's up. Company's coming. Ask Thane. Ask him about the... Ah! I won't do it. My mind is my own. 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 Ah! It'll all be over soon. No more pain. No more pain. No more pain. I won't do it. I won't. I can't. I won't do it. My mind is my own. 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 Makeshift defenses. Untrained civilians.
Right, I'm gonna end the stream there for the time being, but thank you everyone that has stopped by, and to anyone that watches it back, I hope you do enjoy it. If you have, hit the like button, subscribe, all that, really appreciate it. And until next time, make sure you stay safe, look after yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Peace.